It's the Hershey and Keegs Show. A show about nothing. Two morons are talking. They both are really funny. They just go with the flow. It's the Hershey and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Hershey and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday night, 9 p.m. You're here. We're here. It's the Hershey and the Keegs Show. Thank you for tuning in. We are super excited to be here this week. Big week, because we're kicking it old school. No guests, just pure, unadulterated Hershey and Keegs.
Do you guys remember going back to our roots, how it used to be when it was just me, you, Silly Sally? It seems like so long ago that it was like that.
Seems like almost 13 episodes ago.
You're so funny. You're like, it's like as if it's been decades. You're like, remember when I was little last year?
Yeah. So we're back to our roots. You know what? We're just kind of finding our way, guys, and you're finding our way with us. You know, we got some feedback that they love the guests. We love the sports guests. Some people wanted a little bit of a break from the sports guests. So we decided after our guest this week canceled on us that we were going to go without a guest.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? We did get some messages like, when is it just going to be you guys again? Like,
that's right.
Like, people love us. Like we chop it up with the best of them.
We can chop it up like chop salad.
Yeah, you guys just watch. Just watch.
Just watch what happens.
Yeah.
We had a funny thing that happened just about 25 minutes ago. I was at home getting ready to come over here, of course, speeding out of the baseball field, dropping off Max, getting home, and I get a text message from my buddy Keith, and he sends me a blurry picture. Now, I can tell that he's at Miller's Ale House because he's definitely at a table with a coaster and a beer, and we just came from the baseball field. And the picture of the table that he took is kind of blurry, and it just says, "Is this your buddy Keegs?" And I try to zoom in a little bit, but I can't fully make it out. So I said, send another picture. Sends another picture, and it is Keegs, but the other people at the table are unrecognizable. So I actually thought, I didn't even tell Mike this, but I thought it was Bozy, the person sitting to the left of you. You were sitting on the inside of the
I was
bench.
on the inside, yes, and my father's gonna hate you.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
My dad.
Yeah, so I said to Keith, I said, go up to the table and say, "Excuse me, I recognize you. Can you help me get Hershey's autograph?"
That's great. You knew right away, though, right? Once it was that.
I did, but my parents didn't. I was with my parents and Juliana, my little stepdaughter.
Yeah,
and now she thinks I'm famous, which is awesome. But
what did he tell me exactly? Because I didn't even ask him like what exactly happened. He went up to you.
He came over. He goes, "Hey, would you be able to get me Hershey's autograph?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna see him in the." Oh, you motherfucker!
Oh, that's so awesome.
So he got me for a second.
Yeah.
But then my mom's like, "Did you know that man?"
Oh, that's
I'm like,
so
no,
great.
I guess he's just a big fan of Mark. And my mom's like, yeah, Mark's a good guy. My dad goes, who's Mark?
Well,
I go, he's the guy I do my podcast with. My dad goes, oh, you're doing a podcast?
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
That's amazing. That's
now, if you ever introduced Mark and Mark just went up to your dad and naturally tried to hug him, what would your dad do?
Well, you know what's going to happen.
He would do that thing where you like jab him in the throat, you know, like a Navy SEAL.
He wouldn't do like a polite hug.
No.
My dad's met Mark on several occasions.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
But he'll never recognize you ever.
Never.
Like, he barely
Never.
recognizes me.
Well, so hold on. So Keith texts me. He's like, all right, well, Keegs laughed, but, you know, the guy Bozy didn't laugh at all.
The guy Bozy didn't laugh.
So I write back to Keith. I'm like, well, you know, Bozy has something wrong with him.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, like a mental illness.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. so then Keith writes back, for real? I'm like, no. He just
fucking hilarious.
But I'm like, how did Bozy not find that funny?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Absolutely. Bozy would have laughed his ass off, but it was not.
It was not
It was my
Bozy.
dad.
So from the picture, like the Bozy character, your dad was blurry, and then I saw a female, and I just assumed it was Carla.
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
that Carla's in Dominican Republic.
Colombia, same thing.
Yeah.
Colombia,
Mhm. Okay.
Dominican Republic East.
So give us a little background as to why that's happening right now.
Because she felt like turning my life upside down and giving me no free time at all this week. For 2 weeks, she's there for 2 weeks. Carla's mom lives in Colombia.
Okay.
And Carla wanted to get some dental work done, and it's a lot less expensive over there. It's a lot easier to get it done. You don't have to wait as long.
Mm-hmm.
So she
And Colombia is known for top dental care.
oh yeah, of course. You
Yeah.
always go to South America for medical work.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, so is the baby with you guys the whole
So
time?
the baby's with. So this is what happens. Juliana is. We're splitting duties between me and Carla's sister.
Mike
Okay.
said duty.
Yeah,
Duties,
with
yeah.
duties. With we're splitting time because Carla's sister was gonna take the brunt of it, not the brunt because it's not.
You take the big hit.
She's gonna take the big hit hanging out.
She's
with
gonna eat the
kid.
big shit
No,
sandwich
I,
for 2 weeks.
Carla's sister was gonna do most of it, but she just started a new job this week, so now
Okay.
she has her time's cut in half.
Okay.
So I'm taking Juliana to school. We have one of Juliana's sister's friends who's 19 years old picking her up from school.
Okay.
And dropping her off to whatever activity she has, either dance or soccer, or whenever she has no activities, drops her off at my office.
Okay.
And then I do my activities with her, and then she's either going to be staying with me or Carla's sister, whoever
Okay.
has more free time the next day.
And what about the older child? Where's she at?
She went to Colombia with Carla.
Oh, wow. Okay. Gotcha.
So
Okay.
they're doing a little mother-daughter bonding. I think it's great. It's good for them.
Yeah.
Carla's been depressed since she moved out of the house, so they don't really see each other as much.
Okay.
So it's a girl's. Carla's
it's-
still getting some work done, the dental work.
Right.
As far as
no,
I know.
they went together for cleanings to Colombia.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But it's Carla, her daughter, Carla's mom. They really haven't had much time to spend with each other. So
Okay.
it's nice. And I said, whatever you need me to do, I'll do it because I'm a fucking saint.
You are a saint.
Yeah.
You are a good man.
You are.
Good
I really
kisser.
am.
You
know
are.
what it is, but
Yeah.
because you know what it is. Like I live for naps.
Yeah.
I get out of work at 4.
Yeah.
Get out of work at 4 every day. I go home and nap for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's not happening for these 2 weeks.
Well, it's
How do you
actually
sleep at night? Do you sleep
I-
like 6 hours at night at least?
I do sleep at night, but now I have tonight I have this, and I'll go home and I won't be able to sleep for a couple hours.
you'll be so energized.
because I'm always so amped up after I
wound
leave
up.
here.
Like this is
But I usually get to sleep, around midnight.
okay.
1 o'clock the latest. I
Wow.
wake up at 6:30.
That's not a lot of sleep, young man.
No, because I usually nap and I supplement my nap with
Right.
my lack of sleeping at night.
So how many during the day, or how many bouts of narcolepsy do you
dude,
hit?
oh, you got to see me at work. I look like a heroin addict.
Yeah.
Nodding off at my desk at work.
I love that.
Yeah.
I can just picture that. This is phenomenal.
Yeah. And I love my job, but it's just like, I'm
Yeah.
just like,
No, they appreciate you bobbing and weaving
They do, yeah, exactly.
while handling the whole cyber system of a major company.
cybersecurity for major accounting firms. And
I love this.
but I'm making do. Like we have fun. Like Juliana and I tonight we went to go. She likes this book called Slappy the Cat or some shit like that.
No, that's your book, Mike.
Oh yeah, that's my book.
And don't show that fucking book to your daughter, you pig. Slappy the cat should be under the bed, I told you.
Juliana, we're going to see Slappy the Cat.
Okay.
And in between the mattress with the other porn
Yeah,
magazines.
exactly.
I love how you're trying to pawn it off that she likes Slappy the cat.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you guys read Slappy tonight? What happened?
We didn't read it. There was one of the schools in Freeport was having a big Slappy
figures.
the Cat festival.
Oh,
tonight.
I heard about that.
So
yeah,
I took
heard
her to
about
this
that.
thing.
On the Nautical Mile, you can go slap your cat. Yeah.
So it was a big book fair I just took her to.
Okay.
And then I'm like, oh, let's go to Miller's because she likes Miller's and kids
Yeah.
eat free on Tuesdays and I'm broke.
Right.
So I took her to Miller's And now I'm like, I gotta be at Governor's in 10 minutes, and then I gotta go to sleep and wake up for work, and then pick Juliana up tomorrow, and then drop her off and take her to soccer. So I'm.
We have no pity for you, Mike. This is our life.
Well, I know. I'm like,
I
this is
know.
what like normal
You know?
people like
This is
you
life.
do. Like
I left the house at 8-something this morning to go to work. After driving Max to school at 7, I was on a baseball field shivering till 8:20. Went home for 6 minutes.
I know, right?
You know, and here I am. So
But I'm
we have
not
no
used
pity.
to it. Like I have a headache and.
Yeah.
You kind of have to get used to
But
it.
Well, that's the-
and you know what it is. Also, I'm making up for a shitty week that Juliana had. Like they were supposed to go to Disney this past Friday.
Yeah.
So this past Friday, they were gonna go to Disney.
Okay.
I had a gig in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
For the weekend, so it was gonna be good. Everyone's happy. I'm working. I don't feel like I'm missing time with them because they're gonna be away.
Right.
So I'm driving to Pennsylvania. I'm halfway there, and I get a call from Carla that the plane's been on the runway for 3 hours, and now they're deplaning because of weather. And they had to get
man.
off the plane, and I'm like, well, hopefully you get a flight out, because they were only going to go for Saturday and come back on Sunday. They were going with like Emily Santosis and Mo Meltz and a couple of those people. They were all going with a group. So
To Disney World. They were doing an overnighter.
just an overnight at Disney World. Literally leave Friday night, go to rope drop at 8:30 in the morning Saturday, spend the day at Disney, come back Sunday.
One of the worst plans I've ever heard in my
it's
entire
fucking
life.
Dude, Carla makes the worst plans, dude. I'm fucking...
That would be
Listen,
exhausting.
I'm a Carla lover. You know that.
yeah,
And of course,
I'm a Carla liker.
I'm just saying that just because she doesn't beat me,
Yeah,
she doesn't beat
she
me up.
will.
But that plan is an atrocity.
Oh, dude.
Right there.
It was...
With a child. You could
serious-
do it without
yeah.
a child.
Especially with a child, like Juliana also, who just gets super excitable.
Yeah.
And...
She's a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just an overnight trip to Disney. I'm like, I'm getting anxiety thinking of it.
Oh, imagine
Carla's
how I
like,
feel.
hey, you want to go to Disney overnight? I'm like, no. And I'm like, called every comedy club to fucking book me. I'm like, no, I got work. I can't do it. But
I once worked in McGuire's in Bohemia, and I stayed out in the Carlton out there, whatever that hotel is.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I'm like that, so I can't picture an old. So maybe it was meant to be. Maybe it was just too much for everybody.
So yeah, their flight got canceled. They didn't make it to Disney, but my
Okay.
heart's breaking for Juliana. Who
Yeah.
she already had her Minnie Mouse years. She was all excited.
Yeah.
So now I'm making up for that this week and like doing all these activities for her.
Yeah, no, Slappy the Cat and Miller's.
I'm treating you. You eat free at Miller's on Tuesday night. I'm taking you there.
No, the kids' meal zingers, Juliana. That's all you can get because Grandpa got something. He got an adult meal. You get the zingers.
Exactly.
Okay.
And but no, I'm taking them to Adventureland on Saturday.
Oh, good.
I'm going all out. All the Long Island fucking trash.
Hold on a second. You have the Long Island Levittown Ghetto Festival that starts
Dude,
today. It looks like it's starting right now.
The circus
Yeah.
is in town outside
yeah, they
here.
put that
Governor's.
up every single year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Dude, I used to go there when I was younger. Like
Yeah.
the Levittown Fair behind Tri-County Flea Markets.
Right.
They just put everything up yesterday. Actually, yesterday I was here, and it's amazing how quickly they do it. Because I was doing a private gig for Governors last night at some country club. I had to come here and pick up some.
Show off. Go ahead. So you had to come here,
I
pick
had to
up.
come here and pick up a backdrop for like
Okay.
the show.
Okay.
And they didn't have anything set up yesterday yet. But these fucking meth heads that set
Yeah.
this thing up, they put it up quick, man.
Oh yeah, no, they know.
They're
how
all.
to-
You see them all out there right now in their
I did.
trailers. They're
I was frightened as I pulled into the parking
terrifying
lot.
Carnival circus.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
So
you fit
yeah.
in well.
So,
What are they
but
called? Carnies?
Carnies, yeah.
They're-
Do they know they're called that? Like, are they
Oh,
like, I'm a
they
carny?
do, like, because they travel the country. They're nomads.
Yeah.
And when I was in
They're like
college,
gypsies.
yeah, when I was in college, I used to hang out at this bar called Image in Uniondale.
Yep.
And it's very classy. And it was right across the street from Nassau Coliseum. And when they do the Nassau Coliseum Fair, all the carnies, after they get off work, they come to Image.
Get lit.
Get lit.
Yeah.
And they're already lit because they're doing meth all day long. Like these
All
people are-
day.
So they would come in, and this one woman with no teeth in her mouth tried hitting on me one night. I remember she was from Laguna Beach, California.
Oh, that's
sure
a
she
nice.
was,
That's
yeah.
a fancy spans place.
No.
Yeah.
She literally lived on the beach. So.
Yeah, exactly.
If
She
you
lived
gotta pick a
under,
beach.
under a boardwalk in
she-
Laguna
yeah.
Beach.
I'd
If you're living
pick
with feral
there.
cats, that's not exactly that glamorous.
But I had the most fun hanging out with these
Kissing her.
people for like a full week.
Kissing
And
her.
I believe I actually did end up making out with
Oh
her.
no, we know you did.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. And this was when I was in college, so
Yeah.
We know that they probably could benefit for some dental help in Colombia. Those people,
yeah, exactly.
Right?
College should have brought them along
all the carnies with them.
because Yeah, so they're setting it up out here now, and I used to go there when I remember when I was in high school. That was the big thing, the Tri-County Fair.
Sure.
It seems so much smaller now that I'm
Yeah.
older because it used to be like
You used to get lost,
used to get
right?
lost.
You used to be like,
It was
I don't even know
huge.
where I am. It's so
know.
big, and now you're like, oh.
and we try to navigate our way through it so we could smoke pot out of a Coke can, behind the Gravitron.
You fit right in, Mikey.
Oh, dude, I'm such a fucking Long Island piece of trash.
Well, we love you for what you are.
Thank you very much.
And we love Silly Sally. We definitely had made note, you and I, we talked about it, that we wanted to check in on her today just to see. It's been now maybe 2 weeks since Sister Cindy passed. We wanted to see how you were doing. Anything going on? Are you okay? Do you need us for anything? What's happening in the
We're here for you.
in the world of post Cindy for you?
Yeah, well, it's good. I mean, it's the only thing that I've been going through is I've been going through like all of her stuff.
Okay.
Because I have to, she's got
Go through her stuff.
She moved here from Georgia. She's got a full bedroom full of stuff that she
Right.
brought, like her stuff, her husband who passed stuff.
She brought her husband?
He's
No,
there too.
Well, actually, she did.
Taxidermy
He actually is in our house. Yeah, he's
stuff.
So we got and I picked So I picked Cindy up the other day.
Okay.
And because she wanted to be cremated,
Okay.
and I took her out of they put her in this big box. And now she's just in a little box. And
Right.
I threw on some Paul Simon, which is like her favorite, and I took her to Jones Beach.
Nice.
And you
we
called
went
her out?
joyriding.
We should all be so lucky.
Yeah.
we went joyriding, and then I brought her back in the house and put her right next to Frank.
Wow.
Nice.
That's how she is. But I was telling you guys before the show.
Frank and Cindy down by the schoolyard.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the favorite songs that I was playing. I actually had that song set up for when I got
Oh
back
my
in the
God.
car. So I we played the
You
Julio
can
song.
call me out.
Not that one. It was the greatest hits one.
Okay.
But she has all these weird ass stuff because she's 14 years older than I am, and
Right.
she is cool and I am not. So
Right.
they're she was a hippie. She rode a motorcycle in her
Oh,
20s.
she's awesome.
Oh, she's so awesome.
She played the tin whistle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she's a tin
That
whistle
was in her
player.
You cannot
60s,
be
yeah.
a dork playing the tin whistle. You got to be cool as fuck playing the tin whistle.
She was really cool. She had this long hair. She was a hippie.
Yeah.
She was so fun. She had tattoos.
Yes.
I'll never be that cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tats.
So, but I'm looking through this stuff, and there's this whole pile of stuff that I'm I don't even know what this is. And so I was talking to Tony about it earlier, and he's like, "Oh, come on." And so I showed him some of the stuff. He's like, "I have no idea what this stuff is."
Oh my God.
So
She
I'll
was
just
so
show
cool
you.
that you don't even know
I
these
don't
things.
even
Right.
know what this stuff is. So it could be completely illegal, and the feds are going to show up at my house. But I'll show you one small box. I've got 1,000 of these things.
Oh,
so
man.
Oh, you brought
Good luck.
props? This
is
was
awesome.
more than we
This is
expected
awesome.
this week.
you guys
Wow.
decide. First of all, it's in a chicken box.
Oh, wow.
What is that? I don't even know what that
It looks like it's one of those books where you don't want anybody to know
go-
there's something in
Right.
there.
Go for it.
What do we
This is
got?
actually
I have no idea.
where I think Andy Dufresne hit his pickaxe in here.
Yeah, no
It's
kidding.
It's a cock box.
Oh, are you a cock box?
Now
Right.
that would make sense.
yeah, there you go.
This is the box I keep my cock in.
Yeah, that's Frank's cocks in
How come he
there.
doesn't make any noise though?
This is Cindy's cock box.
Oh yeah. Cock blocks? No,
no,
cock box.
a pot box?
Let's see. Oh boy.
Oh, boy, we
Okay.
got,
All right. So we have a lock. We're not exactly sure what Cindy did with this lock, but she had a lock
She's
in her
trying to
cock
hide.
box.
It's trying to hide something.
Maybe it's a rhyming
I
thing.
didn't find stuff and put it in this box. I just pulled this out of the closet an hour ago.
What the hell?
Oh
is-
boy. Okay.
Put them on.
These-
So
I have no idea.
We have Cindy's glasses.
What
No,
is
wait.
that?
That's for spying on people.
So
What is it?
I can see your soul right now.
oh,
my God.
goodness.
Oh, my
what
God.
are those?
I don't
That's
know
like
what
what
the hell these
Dr.
things are.
Octopus wears those, I think.
Oh, these are funky as fuck right now.
Those are
Okay.
like super villain glasses.
So we have Cindy's see your soul glasses. We have
That's definitely a little thing of cocaine, I think.
Yeah, no, that's where she keeps her hashish. Is this something you open? Or
I don't
I think it's a
know.
marijuana
It's
grinder,
a
right?
fake nipple.
a
I
little
don't know what
boobie.
that is.
Let me see
Okay.
that. Let me see that. Let me,
All right, easy
Yeah,
fella,
browse
easy.
around. I have no idea.
Okay.
It's made
We
in
have
China. Some kind of a switch.
Like, was she a heroin addict and she put that around her arm
No, this is what you
to
put,
shoot
put around
up?
your wrist to get a vein enlarged.
Yeah,
and then you go
is that
ahead
what
and,
that is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's absolutely what that is.
100% what it
yes.
is.
It's like, did you ever see Little Miss Sunshine?
And you thought she died of cancer.
Yeah, right.
That's definitely a heroin tie-off thing. What is this?
This is a mom portable parents device where.
Oh, this is what she used to listen to you, and she had
Right.
a bug in Tony and Sally's bedroom.
Right.
This is with the receiver.
I don't even know what the fuck this thing
Let me
is.
see this guy.
Holy Jesus Christ Almighty!
Oh, it is. This is Mom's portable parents. Oh, we need. You know what we need to do is find that other AA battery and find out what these buttons do.
What? So all of that was in one.
I honestly-
spot.
Very interesting.
I'm convinced right now.
When you said, "Oh, me and Tony couldn't figure out what this stuff is," I'm like, "Well, we'll figure it out." I have no fucking
No
idea.
idea. Yeah.
What do we got here?
I'm convinced by the contents of this box, Michael.
There is something on this flash drive.
You know what I'm convinced about?
What?
That Carla is not the only one in Colombia right now.
Yeah, no, right? Exactly. yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
something.
Caller takes a mysterious trip to Colombia after speaking with Cindy on the phone about dogs.
This is remarkable.
So this is a USB port cable
Yeah.
that will plug obviously into a USB port.
Of
on a
course.
computer. We
Yeah.
need to find out what is. On
We're
there.
gonna
So if I
investigate
give
this.
it to Kevin, my like computer genius,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he'll figure that out, right?
We're gonna just bring this to the FBI, and
No
we'll let you
kidding.
know. She was a character. You know what? Thank you for bringing in a little part of her.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now we know. Although we
This
did
is
hope you
just
brought in a tin whistle. If you could next week bring the tin whistle.
Yeah, we'll bring the tin
No,
whistle
what was
too.
this?
I want to play the tin whistle. It's her business
Sure.
cards.
Okay.
From when she was a dog
rescuer.
watcher,
Yep.
dog rescuer. Yeah.
All right.
Cindy Romaniello, right?
Yeah.
Wow, she was so cool. And on the lamb from the law, obviously.
Every week we should have a Cindy box. To
I
bring.
love-
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll like line them up.
Then,
You'd
yeah.
be like, what? Kind of like David Letterman did. What's in your purse?
Yeah, exactly.
In this
What-
week's episode of Cindy's Cockbox,
like like those random things. What made her? Oh, this is going in the cock box.
yeah.
And do they all work together
I know, right?
or separately?
If I had a cockbox, it would be so little.
There's all
I
these
think
shoe
we're finding out that
boxes.
Cindy was in the CIA.
There are all these shoe boxes and no shoes. They're all weird ass shit.
I love this.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I like the fact that as we go on with the show, that we've become a little bit. We're becoming a family.
We are a
We're
family,
coming.
yeah.
We've been through a lot. One of the things that I wanted to do the week the May 10th episode. That was the one where we had Evan Roberts on. That was the one where Tammy Pescatelli banged out on us. She didn't show up. But Mike and I had talked about doing a little ode to Mother's Day, a Mother's Day episode.
Yeah.
And we had planned that day to call without any prompting. We have no idea how this is going to turn out. We don't know if they're going to answer. We don't know if my mom's going to answer or if Keegs' mom is going to answer. But we decided that we were going to give our moms a call and just see how it goes on the air. And this
Exactly.
could be a total calamity disaster, or it could be awesome.
Or it could be, yeah.
You think your mom is home yet
I
from?
think she should be home now or within the next 10, 15 minutes or so.
All right, so-
What number did I get? Do you have my?
Well,
the
we're not
number I
gonna
gave-
say the
Nah,
mom.
don't read it off. I just because you know what I think.
555.
555. Okay, yeah, that's the right number.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's try Keegs' mom first. My mom likes to headline, so
Yeah,
let's go ahead and
exactly,
give. And
Mark's mom, the closer.
we're feeling things out with you guys. We want we didn't do a guest this week, so we're gonna
This
try
could be
to.
a bit. You know how Letterman used to bring his mom on, and that was a big hit.
Oh my God.
We could bring Miss Herschy. and
Top
Miss Keegs
10.
on.
Do you want me to put her right on the air and you talk to her?
Yeah, just put her on.
Yeah,
Just put her on.
yeah. Why not?
Yeah, Mike, you're gonna talk, and then you can bring
I'll
me
talk.
on.
I'll
Yeah.
introduce you.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how she's gonna react to this. I'm just so excited about this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ringing.
All right.
Can you hear it ringing?
No, but
No.
I will.
We can't hear it ringing.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, Mom. It's Mike.
Oh,
How are you?
good. What's up?
Nothing. You're live on the air with the Herschy and Keegs show.
Oh, okay.
How are you?
Mama Keegs, it's Hershey. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
So
I'm sorry.
I'm
So I
just.
have laryngitis.
She does have
No.
laryngitis. Great week to do it.
No,
Mark.
no, you sound good. It's actually very sultry. I want to know when you got approached today by one of my mega fans at Miller's Ale House. What was your reaction to that? Were you like disappointed that he didn't ask us for your son's autograph? Tell me a little bit about that.
So I was like, oh, Mike, do you know him? You know, and Mike says, no, he's one of Herschy's friends or something.
Right.
Because I'm used to going out and people are starting to recognize him, you know?
Yes.
Oh, Mike, I know you, you know, whatever. And then so I wasn't disappointed. But it's nice that they still recognized him.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
so-
whether it was your friend or your acquaintance or not.
I'm going to tell you the backstory.
You know?
So I was at a baseball game for my son. I came
But
home.
that was my feeling.
Yeah. So what happened was I was at a baseball game for
Did I
my
lose
son.
you guys?
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello, you hear? You hear me?
Wait, hold on. Don't go anywhere. Just stay there.
You hear us, Ma?
Hello.
Can you hear? Don't go.
Hello?
Hello, you hear us?
See, this is live
Hello?
radio.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. We're gonna get. You want to replug or you want to?
Yeah, do you want me to call you back?
Can you hear us now? Oh, we lost her.
Her voice gave out, and then she gave out on
I
us.
think, yeah, her voice gave out. I forgot, yeah, she had a terrible battle line.
Do we have like a 60-second time limit? Is that what happened?
But that's my mom.
No, we're not giving up. We're
No,
not.
we're
We're
not
going
giving up.
because you
She'll
could
be
tell that the view numbers went up to 6.2 million
Exactly.
when Mom
Yeah,
came
yeah,
on
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
They love Mama Keegan.
So
Good
why
old
would that have
Diane.
happened? Just make sure you're all plugged and all the plugs are good and everything.
It could be her phone also. She's got a...
Oh, you think it could have been on Mom's then?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make everyone feel better.
Yeah, I feel good. I think you.
Oh, Mom, you're back. Hello?
I can hear you in the background.
Okay,
Oh, wait.
here we are.
Oh, are you good now, Mama Keegs? You can hear us now?
There you are, yeah.
All right,
Okay.
perfect. Sorry about
so
that.
what happened was I got a text message from one of my buddies, my buddy Keith, who was at the baseball game with me, that he did recognize Mike from the show. So I told him, I said, go up to Mike and say, can you help me get Hershey's autograph?
Yes, that's what he said.
And he did a good job, right? He handled himself pretty well.
He really did, yes.
He did a
Okay,
good
good.
job.
And Michael said, I'm going to go. I'm about to go see him now. And he said, yeah, our sons just played baseball together or something like
That's
that,
right.
you know.
And
Yeah.
he had sent Mark a picture of our table because he thought it was me. And Mark thought Dad was Jeff Bosey.
I'll tell you what happened. He sent me a very blurry picture, and I could recognize Mike, but the other person I couldn't. You know what? Saying that he looked like Jeff Bosey is a compliment, since Jeff Bosey's
Jeff Bosey's a young man. He's
30
43 years old.
Yeah, and your dad's probably a couple of years older than that.
Yeah,
So,
Just a couple.
yeah.
So Mark goes, who are
Yeah.
you with, Jeff Bosey and Carla? I'm like, no, I was with my mom, my dad, and
Yeah,
Juliana."
I thought you were Carl, and I thought that Mr. Keegs was Jeff Bosey. So, ultimately, that's a nice
You guys are
compliment.
doing all right.
Oh, okay.
One story that Mike and I have talked about, and I've always wanted to ask you about, but we never talked about this on the air, and if you're comfortable, please do. But I know there was a story going around that Mike got into his first car accident when he was 5 years old. Any truth to that?
He wasn't even 5. He was 3.
I don't know. So you guys would let him drive locally at that age?
So
Mike, go pick up some milk.
Exactly. Pick up some cigarettes for Mom.
what happened was my husband was changing the registration on my car. Mm-hmm. And the car was in the driveway. We lived in Levittown at the time.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I'm in the kitchen. I guess I'm going to come back outside, and I see the car rolling out of the driveway.
Oh,
you know?
my God.
So, of course, I scream, and I'm like, Mike. My husband's also Michael.
Yeah.
And he realized that he jumped in, but there was a car coming up the road, and this guy got out of his car, and he goes, what's wrong with you people? Are you crazy? And then he got out of the car and saw Michael, this 3-year-old kid behind the wheel. He felt so bad, you know. He realized it was obviously an accident, you know, whatever. I don't think he actually hit him.
What was it? That was
I
the
think
old
like-
Cutlass, right?
It was the old
So
Cutlass.
3 years old. I knew how to throw that Cutlass
Well, so
into
I guess
reverse.
that's my question now. Was the car in neutral because Mr. Keegs left it like that, or did little Mike know to move it
I
into...
believe Michael, my son Michael, took it out of gear somehow.
That's phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really
3-year-old
phenomenal.
badass throws the Cutlass into reverse.
Because I live in Levittown, and it's still talked about where the little Irish Italian kid was driving around by Abbey Lane School. So I've heard that before. So
So we called him Crash for a while.
That's right.
I could tell you stories about Michael. He should tell you about the realtor, the first realtor, what he did to that guy.
that was another story. You want to tell them, Mom? Or
go
your
ahead,
voice-
go ahead, tell us.
So what happened was we were looking for our second house now, and we went to this house. It's right off of Belmore Avenue in Belmore, and the realtor at that time, he was probably in his 50s, late 50s, very, very heavy man, you know. So we get there, and we go in the front door, and we're looking around the house, and we go into the basement, and Michael locks the basement door. So we cannot get out of the basement, you know. So
My mom, my dad, the realtor.
And how old was Crash at this point?
So at that point, Michael was, 1980. So he was 4 at this time.
An absolute tyrant. I mean, he's not even 5 and he's causing these mischief.
Exactly. So this poor guy, he's sweating profusely.
Right.
I really thought he was going to have a heart attack, you know.
Oh, God.
So my husband had to climb out the window,
Oh,
and he was
boy.
able to come back and let us in. So now we were 2 houses in Belmore Avenue, and of course, this little mischievous little child decides he wants to run up to Belmore Avenue.
Natural.
So I go-
Natural move. Yeah.
I go after him and try to grab him, and I scratch his whole neck.
Oh, my
So
God.
I guess I went to get his collar.
Uh-huh.
So now he's
Abuse.
screaming, this poor realtor.
Well,
And
that's
back
what all
in
the
day,
abusers say. Yeah. I
Back in
accidentally
the day,
did
then
it.
the realtors would drive people around, you know.
Right.
So, so it was wild. And it's funny because he grew up, as you know, Michael's nice and mellow now.
Yes, he's very
So
calm.
when-
Well, he's afraid you're going to rip his neck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But he, when he used to play football in high school, you know, you would see this big kid, you know, coming out on the field. You think, you know, and the coaches never believe these stories that I tell you.
Right.
Mike was like that. Mike was a terror. I said he certainly was. You know.
If you don't play him, he's going to lock your ass in the basement.
That's right. So got to be careful now what we do to him. You know, even though he's 38 years old, you know.
He's a
But,
good man, and we love him,
yeah.
and we love you for having him. And as long as you're comfortable, we might periodically do this where we get you on for a
Anytime.
spot. Yeah,
Yep. So we are.
Anytime, yeah, I
we
love
might
it,
be
yeah.
doing this regularly. I'm actually going to call Mark's mom now.
we're gonna call my mom, and hopefully it goes as well. Hopefully she has a voice. Hopefully she actually picks up. But all right, you did. I would say like on a scale of 1 to 10, Mama Keegs like a 9-7 right
Like a
now.
9-7.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
like
She
a
nailed
it.
call.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
nailed
think
it.
she was going to answer.
And you know, typically I wouldn't pick up if I don't recognize the number.
Right.
But we just got in from dropping Juliana off,
Okay.
and I guess her great aunt was there,
Okay.
and she didn't really want to stay, you know, with his aunt.
Would you?
So I
Have you
said
seen
that-
that woman?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either.
So I was very uncomfortable, you know, leaving her.
Yeah.
And I said, Juliana, if anything happens, you call me. I don't care what time of night. You give me a call, you know.
Right.
So I didn't recognize the number. I thought it was her. Maybe she was crying, and the aunt was calling me.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we're,
that's why I picked up. Yeah.
we're lucky that you were fearful that Juliana was getting abused tonight. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Well, hopefully my mother has the same fear when we call her in a minute, and hopefully we have the same type of luck.
I hope to have fun.
Thank you.
Okay.
The only answer
All
was
right,
I thought
Egan.
Max was being abused.
Right. That's right.
All right, Mom.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah, leave the door unlocked, please. All right.
God, it's so embarrassing. All right, let's see what's going on over here now. Now this could be a total circus calling up my mother. So we'll see. Can you read my handwriting, silly?
Yep.
Okay. What time is it? 9:30.
9:34. It's flying. We're having
My mother doesn't usually go to sleep too early, so
No, all right. She's a night owl.
yeah.
She probably could be still out at the bar.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Having a
Do we
gentleman
hear-
caller over
Ringing.
for a...
I don't hear ringing. Do you?
No.
I hear ringing.
Okay. Hello? 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 Make it a little louder on my end a minute.
She hung up on you.
Oh, my goodness.
Did she hear it though?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that means she didn't recognize the number, answered, but then heard it was Mark and hung up.
All right, let's try it again. Because I wasn't. Were you hearing her in your
No, I was not.
headphones?
No, I was
Okay, I wasn't either.
You didn't hear her?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why something was amiss.
No, I could hear her through here.
Oh, well, we can share a headphone if you want. Now she'll want to
She
call
li-
the
that means
police.
she literally would have talked to anybody except for you.
Oh, she definitely would have talked to anybody. My poor lonely mother. She would have. No, but I didn't hear her at all on my sound system over here. Mama Keegs was terrific.
If she had a voice, she would have been on for another half
Okay,
hour.
it's ringing.
I don't hear the ringing.
Ring.
You won't.
Okay. Ma? Hello? Hello? Is she talking over there?
Hello, Mrs. Hirschman.
You pointed at me.
Hello? Mrs. Hirschman? Yeah, I'm calling from the radio station. I'm with Mark. Do you hear him talking?
Ma, can you hear me? What is she doing?
Mark?
Your son?
Your son? Can you hear Mark talking?
Can you hear me, Ma? Hello?
Mama, can you hear me?
Let's see what's going on as far as settings of control in here.
Okay, try now.
Ma?
Yes.
You're live on the air, Barbie doll.
Hi.
So
Okay.
we're a little bit delayed for our Mother's Day plan. We wanted to call you and Mike's mother, my partner, Mike Keegan. You know I do a podcast every week at Governor's, by the way.
Yeah.
So you're live on the show. This is a little shtick bit that we're doing. How do you feel about being on the show for the first time, Ma?
I feel funny.
You feel funny?
What?
Mike had a question that he's been asking me about, so I'm going to have him ask you a question about me from our childhood. Can you handle that, Barbie doll?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead.
Hello, Mrs. Hirschman. I first of all, nice to meet you. I'm a good friend of Mark. He's a great boy, and I don't know. This is like, we planned on doing this around Mother's Day, so happy belated Mother's Day. But
Thank you.
you're very welcome. And I've noticed Mark. I sit next to him every week. I noticed he has several scars that I notice every week. One on his forehead, one on his lip, and one on his chin. Did you not like him when he was growing up? Was that a? I don't know. He has a very punchable face, but I was wondering where those scars came from that I noticed.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you. Can you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying that I noticed Mark has several scars on his face that I notice every week. One on his forehead, one on his lip, one on his chin. I was wondering if he was abused or if
He's asking.
if he was accident prone.
No, he wasn't abused.
Okay.
He was just very accident prone.
That's
Ma, Mike has asked me before. I don't even remember how. I mean, I know that the lip, I fell and my teeth went through my lip on the ice at Brooklyn Avenue School.
Oh, boy.
But how did the one on my forehead happen, and how did the one on my chin happen?
oh boy.
I can't. I don't really remember exactly.
Didn't I have one when I was bouncing on the bed once, and I
Oh yes.
let's hear that
Yes.
one, Barbie doll.
Yep, you were bouncing on the bed, and you went off the bed, and you hit your head on the night table.
Oh, gosh, darn it. Was anybody watching me, Barbara?
Anything what?
Was anybody paying attention to me at that point?
Of course, you were on the bed with Daddy, and he was watching you, and you were just fooling around, and
He was watching you bounce.
Well, you were 27 years old. Mark.
Right. Now, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong about this, I thought that the chin injury was from when I was learning how to ride my bike on Susan Court, and I drove into the Scotto's car, the parked car. They had a new car, and I drove into the car, and you guys had to rush me to Dr. Amuna and Dr. Steinfeld's office. Is that true?
Yep, that's true. God, until you mentioned it, I hadn't really thought about it.
Did
Yeah,
you?
you rode into the car,
Mm-hmm.
and I was right there, and there was nothing. I mean, I jumped up, but I couldn't get to you in time
Yeah.
to avoid you from hurting yourself.
Right.
And then there was a time that you and Howard Mopson, that you jumped into the pool,
Oh,
and you
Jesus.
knocked your...
I never
you
even
broke
told
your
that.
front tooth.
Yeah, I was 11 years old, and I jumped headfirst into the Valley Stream pool, and I hit my head in the bottom of the pool, and that's why my two front teeth are fake. Thanks for letting all the listeners and viewers know about that,
Poor
Bob.
Mrs. Hirschman, he put you through a lot.
I'll never forget. I came out of the pool, and my mother was sitting with some other ladies, and I ran up to her, and when she saw my face missing my two front teeth, that was definitely the most horrified that I've ever seen you ever. You were absolutely.
Oh my God!
You remember that?
Yeah, I was hysterical. In fact,
when we finally got to the doctor, was it Dr. Muno or Dr. Steinfeld?
No, we went to Dr. Turk because he was the dentist.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my God. Well, anyway, he said to me that if I didn't behave and calm down, I'd have to go out of the room.
Oh,
Right.
He had to sedate your mother and not you.
Yes. Yeah, you were wound up. I was pretty wound up. Daddy seemed like he was totally chill about it. I don't know why, but then they bonded my teeth up, and I had those plastic bondings for the next 7 or 8 years, and then they would break off every single time I ate something.
I'm sure nobody gave you a hard time.
Oh my God, what a torture!
Wow.
Ma, what about? I don't think I've told this about on the air, but it's a great one. Ma, do you remember what happened the night of my junior dinner where I was in 11th grade?
I remember.
Go ahead. Tell the audience, Barbie doll. Go ahead.
Do you remember? How could you? When you came home, they brought you the limo driver brought you and all the guys home.
Yeah.
And I was upstairs. It was about 11 o'clock, 11:30. Daddy and I were kind of sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to come down because nobody could get you to come out of the car.
Oh my God.
The limo.
So I had to come down in my robe, and I bent down, and I said, Mark, help me get you out of this car. And that was the only time that you responded.
So I was in the limo, and apparently the way that what they tell me is that I drank a liter of Long Island tea by myself, and I was in this kind of comatose stage where I wouldn't move. But apparently the way the story was told to me was that as soon as I heard my mother's voice, I stood up and I went upstairs.
Really? That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll shock your system.
Isn't that crazy?
That was the beginning of your drinking problem?
I was in those were the days when I had I was 16, 17, 18 where I drank a lot more than I should for a kid that age. Exactly. Not that anyone should be drinking at that age.
Should.
But yeah, Barbie doll, you got me up, and I went to bed, and I woke up the next morning, and I felt totally mortified that I spent several $100s to be sleeping at my own house the night of my junior dinner when everybody else was at Dangerfield's Comedy Club having a great time. So.
And you asked me, when you got up, you asked me how I was going to punish you. And I said to you, you've already been punished. You missed the junior dinner.
There you go.
You didn't do anything but get drunk.
Right, which is what I did most of the time, and I didn't get in trouble for it.
It was just another Friday night for Mark.
Right. Good stuff, Barbie doll.
Well,
I don't think you drank much after that.
Well, probably not the next day, but
I'm sure he made up for it. But
yeah,
I mean, it's definitely a lot of this explains a lot of Mark's neuroses.
Thank you, Barb. Barb, how do you feel first time on the radio, Barbie doll?
I forgot I was on the radio.
Girl, that's what
felt like another conversation with you.
That's how we are. It's just conversational.
The goal of this today was, so we interviewed Mike's mom. We talked a little bit with her. Then we said we're going to call you, and if this works out, there could be a potential future for you in this industry, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's never too late.
So are you prepared for stardom if it happens, Ma? Are you prepared for superstardom if it happens, or not really?
Am I prepared for what?
Superstardom. Are you prepared to be a superstar?
Oh, sure.
Yep,
okay.
Absolutely. We'll make a new celebrity.
What are you watching, Barbie doll? What are you watching on TV?
I was watching Bridgerton.
How is Bridgerton?
I think it was good.
Yeah?
My girlfriend loves that show.
Keegan has a girlfriend. I know you'd be surprised from listening to him.
Believe it or not, I do, yes.
How are the pretzels that I brought you? Did I bring you the right ones today?
I still have them. I didn't eat them all.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
I have hopefully my mother has like a helper who comes in she's almost like family at this point. Yeah. But I have to smuggle in pretzels for my mother because she's very careful about what my mother eats, and I am too. But a pretzel once in a while isn't the end of the world.
Exactly.
But my mother, the funniest thing is when I go there to pick up her mail or whatever, my mother will smuggle me a couple of empty bags of pretzels pretzels so that I can.
Nice. Dispose of the evidence.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
it's the funniest thing. The other day she under like the chair, she handed me like a backhanded 3 empty bag of pretzels with rubber bands around them.
Like you're smuggling hash into Attica.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, Barbie doll, we're not going to keep you, but I would say you did very well. Congratulations on your first podcast experience, and
Thank you.
we'll have our management reach out to you again if we'd like to hire you again.
Yep, it was a pleasure speaking with you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Barbie
It's
doll.
nice to meet you too.
I'll see you later, Mom.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
All right,
Good.
2 successful calls
I
with
would
our
say
moms.
terrific. Terrific radio. Fantastic.
Diane and Barbie doll came through for us.
Diane and
Both,
Barbie doll
both
came
9-7. I think I might give your mother a 9-8. She
Yeah.
came in with some unexpected stories there.
No, that was terrific, and yeah, that was a good plan. It was, that could have backfired. It almost did when my mother couldn't hear for the first few
I
times.
liked that, my phone was dead when I came in here, so I was probably going to give my mom a heads up.
Okay.
I think it was much better that we didn't give her the heads up. The
Right.
old gorilla phone call.
Yeah. Speaking of gorilla, by the way, one thing
boy.
I did want to touch on.
Let's be careful.
No, I wanted to touch on.
Monkeypox?
You don't exactly. Now, the COVID thing never bothered
really
you.
wanted to?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to talk about monkeypox, but
Yeah.
the COVID thing, you've had COVID at least 11 times.
I'll give it a baker's dozen.
Like the truth is, that I'm paranoid about things in life,
Yeah.
a hypochondria.
Yeah.
But you were like, oh yeah, I had COVID, and then I was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and I stopped at Taco Bell and I got 3 enchiladas.
Yeah.
Had a heart attack waiting there. I fell asleep. fell asleep on the drive-through.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
unconscious, and like you're not bothered by it.
And I'm still not bothered by it. And I'm still like, you're going to make me. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not wearing your
Yeah.
mask. I'm not taking your jab.
I'm not going to do a monkey mask. So do you feel that? But from what you've read about the monkeypox, that it's another legit threat heading our way, or no?
I don't think it's a legit threat. I think it's another one of those. This is how we're gonna get people to do mail-in voting again.
You really think that?
Yes. Yeah.
You
It's
really
another,
think
we need another quarantine. Otherwise, people are gonna see how bad the blue states have been doing.
That's how you feel, really, Kevin Downey / Terry McNeely?
I do. I think it's bullshit.
Yeah. No, because I thought it was odd that you ate 11 bananas before you got here tonight.
In one gulp,
So you don't think it's
without
you're not-
using my hands.
But you've never been one to naysay COVID. You don't think it hasn't
No,
been a thing.
listen. I know COVID is real. Obviously,
Yeah.
it messed me up pretty badly, and I know a lot of people that had some really bad situations with COVID.
Yeah.
but it was also very politicized.
Yeah.
They also used it as a weapon to kind of get a lot of things done.
All right, okay.
Push the mail-in voting, get people not to leave their houses.
All right, Bill Maher. Listen, I just wanted to know: do you think monkeypox is legit? That's all I want to know.
I think people. I think a couple of cases had it.
Sean Hannity.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be any kind of worldwide pandemic.
Okay.
I think there's some slow news, and they need some. So.
Okay, Silly, what do you feel?
That's also what I said about COVID. So I'll go
Right.
fuck myself.
Right.
Is it a strand of COVID or is it a whole different ballgame?
No, it's a strand of the pox. It's a monkey pox. It's not. I guess the chicken pox turned up a couple of gears. I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, it's like I think chicken, raccoon, monkey.
Yeah. Supposedly you stick your butt out a lot and you pick bugs off your friends.
And when you get into an argument with someone, you just fling shit at them.
fling shit at them.
I don't know.
You swing from trees.
It sounds adorable.
Yeah. No, you would be adorable if you had a case of monkeypox.
Because you're Keegan, he's got the monkeypox.
It's so cute.
I
can see
Keegan's
you
got
now.
the monkeypox.
I can see you now. He'd be at the Taco Bell drive-through and he'd be sitting there and he'd be blacking out. Hey, so drive out the window too. And Mike just his
Warts
eyes are
all over my body.
fluttering, where his skin is covered in warts. I just wanted
I just think I need to hydrate.
bean burrito. Are you okay? Yeah.
I just need to hydrate.
Because anybody who didn't listen to that episode,
Tell us that story again. I can't even believe it. It's such a insane story.
My fat logic was that I had COVID, and what turns out what happened was when I had the COVID the last time, it built up fluid around my heart, which caused the arrhythmia.
Yeah.
And so I was at work one day, and I'm under a desk. I'm installing a printer, and all of a sudden I just start profusely sweating, and while having the chills, and my heart's racing 1,000 beats a minute.
Now, normally that would have been just from being under the desk
Normally,
doing a printer.
yeah, exactly.
So you didn't think
I'm like,
anything
all right,
of it.
yeah, I know, obviously, because I just got up really quick, but I knew something was wrong.
Okay.
I knew something wasn't right there.
Yeah, you know, the
So-
arrhythmia was special this time.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
I'm super lightheaded. I'm like in and out of consciousness.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm like, all right, first thought, call an ambulance. And like, no, maybe my blood sugar's low. I should go to Taco Bell because I know that they have Gatorade at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And I'll get a taco or a burrito.
Right.
To kind of just get stabilize my blood sugar.
Of course.
So now I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah.
In the fucking drive-through at Taco Bell.
I just love that you're like
in
this
and out of
people
consciousness.
beeping and they're like,
Yeah.
the fucking dude in the Chrysler's blacking out. I just want to get my enchiladas.
Beep beep. Oh yeah, I know. And I show up to I went right to urgent care from there, and I'm like, yeah, I thought my blood sugar was low, so I stopped at Taco Bell. Like, you stopped at Taco Bell? You fucking
The thing
like,
is,
first of
though-
all, you shouldn't have driven yourself here. You should have taken an ambulance.
Men always
Yeah.
drive themselves with a heart attack.
Oh
I
my
don't
god! And
understand
my
that.
dad one time we were sleigh riding over at Newbridge Park over
Yeah.
there. And my dad, I was with my friend John. We were probably 10 years old.
Right.
My dad took us sleigh riding. So my dad's coming down the mountain or whatever, the hill, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Breaks his wrist, compound fracture in his wrist.
Of course.
Just drives to the hospital with me and my friend in the car with a fucking
A bone
bone
sticking
out.
out.
of his
I
wrist.
would do that, but
Yeah.
but a heart attack you could pass out.
Yeah, I did. I did several
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, like, sometimes if I'm at work and I feel like a little sugar drop, I'll just walk 6 feet to get a Twix bar or a Snicker. You know, like
You don't stop at Taco Bell and get a
Like,
number 6?
I wouldn't get in my car and ask for, like a Mexican pizza. You wouldn't
And don't forget the cinnamon twists.
Oh, those cinnamon twists are the
So
best.
fucking good.
They also have these things at Taco Bell now that Max gets. They're like these little. They have like frosting on them. They're like
Cinnabon balls.
balls or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Those things are
Fucking
magical.
ridiculous.
I mean, those could snap you out of a heart attack.
Yeah.
I think.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that might have done the trick. I think
Yeah.
if I got those, you know, what my favorite dessert is right now. You ever watch Ted Lasso?
Yes.
Great show. You know when he has biscuits with the boss.
Oh, they have them at
Stu
Stewart.
Leonard's.
Yeah.
Those are so for those shortbread biscuits.
Can you get us some of those for next week?
I
buddy?
will bring them in. Yeah, I brought them into work because me and my boss both love Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
I'll bring them in next week. They're
Oh, that's
fucking
why you
amazing.
bring them into work, not because you like the biscuits.
Oh yeah, my boss has one, and the rest of them are gone.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So hopefully you don't get the monkeypox because I just
Hey, hopefully monkeypox doesn't catch on.
no. Hopefully it doesn't. It doesn't heat up. But I was curious to know what you had thought
I think it's
about
bullshit. I think it's just they're trying to make some news, but I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, no, there's no question about it. The other thing I wanted to talk about, by the way, some exciting news in the Hershman household. So you know that there's Mad Max, who's the little boy, he's
Yep.
12.
Yep.
Then there's my middle child, Anna, who passed a road test last week. She's driving.
we got a new Hershman on the road.
She has been working for about a year since she's probably just turned 16. So she's been working. But Samantha, the kid who just came home from college, she went on her, she's 19 and a half, and she went on a job interview the other day for her first job. And she tomorrow will start her new job at the Dollar Tree.
Really?
Samantha, our scholar, is be working at the Dollar Tree for a little
Very
summer
nice.
part-time
That's
job. And my first thing was, of course, I was excited about it. But my second thing was like, usually if a friend or a relative lands a job somewhere, my thought is like, oh, I'm going to get 20% off at Old Navy or Kohl's. And then I'm like, Samantha, what?
One place where it's
What's
already
going to happen
discounted.
here?
Yeah.
Like I got this lasagna tray for 108. I'm like, what exactly is she going to do
And
for us?
hopefully they don't read her dad's social media page.
Right.
You've been known to trash the Dollar Tree.
I've gotten them pretty good, but a Dollar Tree now is not mostly $1. It's mostly $1.25 and up.
Yeah.
But now with Samantha's discount, I can get
it's a Dollar Tree again.
I can get a lasagna tray, a tweezer, a nail file, and a balloon, and I can save about 24 cents.
Exactly.
So
Good for her. That's great.
yeah. So
Well,
Samantha,
at least she's learning responsibility, but she got to look out for dad every once in a while. You know, get a job at Dick's or something.
Right.
He doesn't want his daughter to get a job at Dick's.
No.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
I'm excited for Samantha. Was going to get a job, then the COVID hit, and listen, we're very proud of her. She works very hard, and she does very well in school. Up at Binghamton and so forth. But I said to her a couple of months ago, like, you're coming home this summer. Time to get a job.
Yeah.
You got to do a little something. So she's starting that. So that's very exciting. We're happy. We're very happy about that.
She can get a job when she goes back to school. The Pizza.
She's going to work at Pizza and do that as well for as long as it stays open. Are any of you guys? I wanted to ask you because it's very timely. This Is Us finale tonight. Is that right? The show finale.
Can't wait.
Okay. So that's
yeah.
Okay. So that's
You've watched the whole thing.
I've watched every episode, every single episode.
I watched like the first two seasons, and then
really?
I don't know, I got distracted.
In my opinion, there was never a bad season.
Wow.
A lot of people complain about some of the seasons, but I was hooked the first episode when they did like the reveal at the end of the first episode that like this is what happened, and the whole thing was taking place in the 80s because you notice it because they're smoking cigarettes in the hospital and it all comes together. I'm like, wow, this show is really well written.
The writing is fantastic. The acting is fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll power watch it.
This season,
all of
if
them.
you get to power watch it, this season was amazing. And what's her name?
Christy
the one
Metz.
the one who plays Rebecca.
You laughed, and I knew who it was.
I know, right? Exactly.
I don't even watch the show, by the way.
What's her name?
Mandy
Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore.
Yeah.
Should win an Emmy for this season. Oh my God.
Really?
I don't want to do any spoilers, but the character.
Nobody's listening.
Just from they go back and
No,
forth
I'll
to when
totally
she was
watch
younger
it.
to now, and just the acting and the range that she has. So good. I cried last episode.
Wow.
And I will cry again tonight.
So here's my take on it. Why I haven't watched a minute of the show, and I can assure you that if I watched it, I would find it to be phenomenal. But my logic is I do a lot of personal crying, just in general.
I know you're a very sensitive man.
I'm a crier.
This show would get you.
It would kill you.
Yeah, but so my thing is this: like, I cry a couple times a week. There's something that's making me go. Depression, anxiety. Thinking of my dad or whatever the case may be. Why would I subject myself to that every week to bring myself down that hole? I just don't think
it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a
I don't
lot.
have it.
I like feeling my feelings and like.
Okay.
I guess I don't get to.
Yeah.
Really, I never grew up in a household that we shared
Right.
personal emotion, and so this is
Yeah, it's
my
cathartic
outlet.
for you.
Get Mike's mother back on the phone. We're going to
Yeah.
talk about that.
Well, my mother's like the most emotional person on the
yeah,
planet.
right.
It's just the Irish side is
Yes.
what I get, and
I think I would just have a hard time digging out of that hole every week. If I can just go into the hole and then not have to wake up the next day and go to work or whatever, like I had a function.
Yeah.
But like I would be carrying that shit with me. You know what I
Yeah, oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like I would say there was a time in my life where when I was probably 6 or 7 that I couldn't shake the feelings that I had from watching Ricky Schroeder watch John Voight die in the movie The Champ.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like
Is that-
I'm thinking like
I've
I
had things like that. with,
depression
like,
at 6.
You ever watch the show Hey Dude on Nickelodeon?
Oh yeah, yeah.
When Ted left the show, I'll never forget how sad I was, and
Jesus
I cried.
Christ. That's
And it
not
was
not exactly the analogy I was looking for.
Not exactly like Ricky.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say, but yeah, or like when Jimmy Smith's character died in NYPD
Yeah,
Blue.
yeah.
Like I didn't go to school the next day
Yeah,
because
right,
I was
exactly,
just
yeah,
shook.
yeah.
So. If something, I could already tell that I would have formed a very, very strong bond with Christy Metz's character. I can
Same.
just tell just from seeing her interviews and stuff
But
like that.
seriously, yeah.
If something would ever happen to her, and I don't know if it has or is going, I don't know anything about that, but I wouldn't be able to shake it.
I'll tell you one
You
thing
basically
though.
sit on the couch and cry through every
Yeah, I
episode.
mean, I can do that with. I did that for 2 years, the past 2 years, basically.
Yeah.
I don't need the show, but
Well,
so I hope you
last
enjoy
week's
it.
Episode was one of the most well written. Like I said, I don't want to give any spoilers.
Yeah.
But the way that they handled what the family was going through at that point
Mm-hmm.
was so perfectly done, and I cried.
Yeah,
And like you said, I always thought that I would feel more in tune with Chrissy Metz's character, but this season, I'm like, I fucking hate her. I can't stand her.
hate her.
Randall, the black one. That's the one that really gets me every episode.
Okay. That's
And
the.
he is so good.
He's so good.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
so
I
good.
know who these characters are because I've seen them interviewed, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I wish that I could get myself to go there, but I'm not. I'm not strong enough.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
definitely not strong enough recently. Like I'm
Stay
not.
away from it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
would.
obviously have. I mean, it's already over, but I felt it to be important to honor what most people consider to be one of the best shows in the past 30 years.
Yeah, it's
You
such
know?
a good show for a drama like that. And, I'm Better Call Saul is going to be finishing now, and
Yeah, I
was a huge
just
Breaking Bad
watched
fan.
the last one.
I didn't watch last week's, and I didn't watch this past week or the week before.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
they're
catch
good.
up all.
Okay.
Because Carla's been sending me across the fucking island every day. I haven't been able to.
One thing that I have to say about that surprises me about Facebook and other social media, no one blows it for anyone.
Yeah.
It was shocking to me, even with the little things like Wordle. No one throws the word up
I know,
every
right?
day.
Right.
We all have this honor system as a society.
Yes.
We'll
We're a
run,
good society.
We'll
For
run
some
someone
reason-
over with a car,
That's what it is,
but we
right.
won't give up the Wordle word.
Exactly. We are so divided
Yeah.
and divisive and angry, and
Right.
everybody hates everybody.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Wordle and
Right.
movies,
And movies,
Right.
Yeah.
no one's a douche.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
push you in front of the Q train, but I won't tell you what the wordle was
Right.
today.
exactly.
Right.
Because I did that one time years ago. Sixth Sense. I ruined the end of Sixth Sense,
Yeah.
which is the best ending of
Best.
one of the best endings ever for
Ever.
a movie. And I ruined it, and everyone fucking attacked me, and I
Yeah.
felt like shit. So
Yeah.
recently, not too recently, but when Avengers Endgame came out,
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just joking around. I hadn't seen it yet.
Right.
And I was just joking around on Facebook. I said, "Oh wow, I can't believe Iron Man dies at the end of Endgame."
Right.
And one of my friends, who's a big comic book nerd, who
Right.
had already seen it, he messaged me. He goes, "Dude, I know you're just fucking around, but that's really what happened." And I'm like, I just ruined it for myself.
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, now I know that this is gonna happen
You're a
because I was trying to
self-ruiner.
be a dick on Facebook.
Wow. See, that's not like you. I would never picture you as a dick on
You
Facebook.
never, ever.
Well, you are not a dick in regular life. You're a good
Thank you.
person,
Thank you
and
very much.
thank you for sharing your mom with us tonight. And
Thank you for sharing your mom.
yeah,
A lovely
not the
lady.
first time I've heard that. And Silly Sally, thank you for sharing Sister Cindy with us, and we like that part of the show, so we'd like to bring it back
Across
another time.
any other
And,
cock boxes.
We'll close up. We'll let Mikey just kind of hit on what's going on for him this weekend.
All right, yeah, this weekend, not much. I kind of took the weekend off because I'm going to be Carla's in Colombia and I'm doing the Juliana stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to take her to Adventureland on Saturday. Mm-hmm. I'm off Friday. I have nothing to do. I'm probably just going to hang out here at the Governor's.
Okay.
I don't know who's here at the clubs this weekend, but check it out. I'm sure they have amazing shows.
Okay.
Saturday I got a show out east, and
Okay.
just pretty much it. I kind of took the weekend off, and
Well, if you have a show at East, doesn't really sound like you're taking off.
yeah,
though.
it's just a quick show. I'm actually doing a show at a bar where all the comedians have to eat extremely hot chicken wings while they're doing their set.
Oh, wow.
So that
Okay.
should be interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
So I wasn't turning that one down.
everybody have a great weekend. You have a great weekend, Michael.
You too,
Silly
guys.
Sally, have a great weekend. To our
And you
listeners, our
guys.
viewers, yeah, I mean, thanks for sticking with us every week. We're very appreciative of it. We love you guys, and share and like and all the other good stuff. And I guess we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
CUNT.
See you guys.
Bye.